everyone, it's Tishan, aka Satu, here on the YouTubes. Thank you for tuning in to another video. I am back with another part of my DIY tarot using the Soul Cards deck by Debra Koff Chapin. The last video, I showed you all the majors that I selected and why, and so today I'll show you two more suits, and then there'll be a last part where I'll show you the last two suits, and then after that I can't wait to use this deck. It's so exciting. We're gonna do the wands and the cups today. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So this is the Ace of Wands, and I think I just chose this because it's just I feel like it looks like flames kind of enveloping the space. So it was giving kind of lots of Ace energy for me. This is Two of Wands, and I chose this because I thought about the Two of Wands being setting things in motion, planning, and that type of thing. So this kind of being the inspiration coming out of the subject's head. And so I'm like, yeah, Two of Wands. And also, of course, with the goldness, you have a little bit of that fire element there. Three of Wands, kind of forging your path, making your way through there. Four of Wands, I chose this one because I liked how it seems that there's a lot of joy here, a lot of celebration. People are coming together. There seems to be a sense of community and a sense of dedication to community in this card. And so along with the traditional meanings and associations of Four of Wands, I always thought of that as well, of this commitment to community or foundation building, I would say. And so, yeah, I think this is the one that I chose. Five of Wands, chose to zoom in on that aspect of conflict, and that aspect of kind of, yeah, but also with the conflict, knowing that these kind of also in their opposition to each other, they're also forming this really holistic pattern, so that there's always an opportunity for something productive to come out of this engagement with the other, or interaction with the other. Six of Wands. It was tough for Six of Wands, but I decided to settle on this image because I zoomed in on the child, and I zoomed in on the aura that was kind of springing forth from the child. And it almost seemed like this child was blessed, protected by this person, which I saw as like an angelic figure or an ancestral figure. And so I think that's what kind of made me veer towards Six of Wands, that element of being assured, confident, being certain, being a winner. You know, every step you take is a step forward. And yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Seven of Wands. It was hard to articulate when I chose this, but it just gave me this energy of like perseverance and also burden. So above these trees, you have all these hands reaching out. And for me, that represents the burden, maybe of responsibilities, maybe of challenges and circumstances, kind of grasping at your attention. And then here you are with your Seven of Wands energy, kind of bringing forth whatever this needs to be to confront what's over here. So yeah, I guess that's the best way to say it. Eight of Wands, kind of self-explanatory. Go, 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 movement focused, direction focused. Yeah, so. Nine of Wands. You know, for me, this represents a card of struggle, you know, so if this person, for example, is in the water, struggling to stay afloat, but you are still floating, you know, like you're doing it. It's hard, but you're still doing it. You're still accomplishing it. You're still above water. And Ten of Wands, getting to that place. So I imagined with this one of this following this image being like you finally made it to shore, whatever that means for you as metaphor, whatever that destination is, you finally met it here. Page, just thinking about just the childlike energy rushing in, enthusiasm, not, but also the reverse aspects of that of making sure not to rush too fast or to be too impulsive. So yeah, there's that, and also the red. I tried to pick as much red and yellow in this as possible. Of course, it's hard. Like Debra Koff Chapin pulls on a lot of different colors in each of her cards, but yeah, Knight of Wands, just enveloping all of that fire energy and everything in their hands and their head and their body. So yeah, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands here for me. Like you have the fire coming out from her belly, from her sacral, and you have the fire coming out from her crown. It's concentrated energy, which I like. And also here, I love that, like after I selected this card, I had just noticed kind of like what looks to me to be like a DNA strand. So it reminds you of like what you, especially like if you're woman identified, like what you are truly capable of, like what is inside, what is innate within you. And King of Wands. So thinking about the idea of king being master, representing mastery, thinking about the snake, it reminded me of kind of like this kind of aspect of Kundalini, of Daemon, of being able to work with this passion, this energy, very intently and very willfully to achieve your goals. So kind of being in control of this, and also with the light flowing out of his head. Yay! So those are the wands. Now, the cups. This is we'll see how this one goes. So Ace of Cups, this was kind of, obvious for me, a big vessel with water just pouring forth and you being covered in the water, draped through with the water. I love that. Two of Cups. I got this like sense of, yes, there's the light in each of the elements here, but also too, it gives me like kind of yin yang energy. So like complementary energy, each of these complements the other and how they're positioned. So I thought that gave like two of Cups, love, relationship energy. Three of Wands, I kind of zoomed in on that aspect of joy, celebration, partying, having fun, delight. So I just assume that this person could be happy. You could also interpret this card as like this person is out of her mind, but I decided that she's elated. Four of Cups, this one more so, it was hard to articulate. It more so evoked a feeling in me. Yes, on one hand, you have a sense of satiety, but also with you being submerged in the water, there could be complacency, but there's also an opportunity to use that that energy for something that's a little bit more higher level, I guess. Yeah. Five of Cups. Just wanted to zoom in on the idea of grief and sorrow, but look at this rainbow that's overhead. And the fact that this person is so concentrated in their grief that they can't even see this beautiful rainbow above them. Yeah. Six of Cups. So this made me think about like some Smith-Waite meetings, but also some Thoth meetings of Six of Cups, thinking about the idea of pleasure, thinking about this idea of a rose and the fact that this person is opening up the rose, looking through it, inspecting it, wondering what they're finding, what they're discovering through this rose. So I think that's kind of why I chose this as the Six of Cups, and also thinking about the traditional imagery in the Smith weight of the child handing the other child flowers. So having that element of floral to signify um, joy, happiness, rediscovering a part of yourself that you didn't weren't in touch with for a long time, I guess. Seven of Cups, I just kept thinking about like the idea of potential and of imagination. And so the fact that this subject is walking into this empty space and the space has so much potential, but there's also this element of like, well, what am I supposed to do with all this? You know, like, so that's kind of why I chose it as Seven of Cups of like, there's so many things I could do, almost like analysis paralysis, you know, there's potential, but there's also a sense of uncertainty. Eight of Cups, just wanted to like hone in on that um, that element of letting go, of moving on. I wanted to keep the mountains aspect of it as representing the challenge, the hardship that comes with making hard decisions and moving forward in your life, or moving past the situation, or moving past people, but also the potential of the peace of mind and elevation that can come out of making that decision. Nine of Cups, you know, just thinking about like all is well. You know, I have what I need. You know, things are good, relax and chillaxing. Yeah. Ten of Cups, thinking about fulfillment and relationships, and not just familial, but whatever relationships have meaning for you. So seeing again these complementary aspects with the blue and the warm kind of corals and oranges and yellows, and also the internal peace that this relationship is bringing as well. Page of Cups, again, wanted to bring in that childlike energy. Um, and also, they also reminded me of like a seed sprouting. So it's kind of like the beginning of something, you know? Knight of Cups. I chose this person because it reminded me of someone playing an instrument like a guitar and serenading you, you know? So this person has a very charming energy, a very soft energy, an energy that could make you feel safe um, and romantic. And yeah. Queen of Cups, wanted to think about the giving nature of the Queen of Cups, the one who's in tune, the one who's ready to offer support, um, and who's, you know, attuned to emotion, but also the fact that this container is about to fall over. So it reminds me of like trying to maintain that balance between giving to others and protecting your own energy. King of Cups, it was kind of a little superficial choice, but of course the fishes, um, almost like it was reminding me of like a god of fishes, you know, or like an ocean god. Um, just thinking of someone who you have this almost like a Mona Lisa smile going here. You have these very like piercing eyes of someone who is in control of their affect, their emotional center. Um, so there's compassion there, but there's also intensity. It's very interesting. I don't know how else to explain it, but to me, it just gave like King of Cups for sure. So that is that is Wands and Cups. My next video will be on Swords and Pentacles, and I'm excited. Like this is so cool. I know there's some comments on my videos and ask, you know, noting like some people said that they would put they wouldn't put titles on them. I decided that I'm not going to title these because I want to use it as a tarot. Like I want to use only 78 cards from Soul Cards as a tarot, but I want to see if the meanings that I find through a tarot reading or through a spread correlate to the choices that I made as far as what the cards represent. I just think it'll be an interesting exercise. But anyway, let me know what you think about these selections. Was I on the mark? Was I off the mark? Would you have chosen differently? Have you done this before? Let me know. If you like this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed and you want to subscribe, I welcome your subscription. And without further ado, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.